Hey everyone! So if you're getting started with Java, you've probably realized something pretty quickly. You're always dealing with groups of things, groups of data. But which is the best way to handle it all? Well, today, we're going to open up Java's ultimate digital toolbox, the collection framework.
Just think about it for a second. You might have a list of student names, maybe a bunch of unique user IDs for a website, or even a line of tasks that your app needs to do one by one. You're constantly storing and organizing groups of objects. So, how do you do it without making a mess?
Well, luckily for us, Java gives us this amazing solution right out of the box. It's called the collection framework. And you know what? Don't let the fancy name scare you. All it is really is a pre-built set of tools designed for just about any data grouping job you can think of. So let's dive in and see what's inside this toolbox.
All right, so let's crack this toolbox open. The very first tool we're going to pull out is the list. And when you think about list, I want you to burn one phrase into your brain. Order is everything.
A list is basically an ordered collection. It remembers the exact order you put things in. It's kind of like a to-do list, right? The first thing you write down is always the first item on the list. The second is second, and so on. And just like a to-do list, you can totally have the same item on there twice. No problem at all.
Now, in the real world, you'll mostly use two different models of this list tool. There's ArrayList, which is super fast if you need to grab an item by its number, its position in the list. Then there's LinkedList, which is your go-to when you're going to be adding and removing items from the middle of the list all the time. They're just two flavors of the same tool, each with its own special superpower.
Okay, let's reach back into our toolbox and grab the next thing. This one is called a set. And its whole job, its entire reason for being, is super simple. No duplicates allowed.
So, unlike a list, a set is all about uniqueness. It's a collection that absolutely cannot, will not contain duplicate elements. If you try to add something that's already in there, it just won't. Think of it like a binder of your super rare trading cards. You only have one of each specific card. A set works exactly the same way.
And the most common version of this you'll see is the hash set. It's wicked fast and really efficient at making sure everything is unique. Now, if you need that uniqueness, but you also need to remember the order things were added in, then you'd use a linked hash set. Both are absolutely essential tools for when every single item has to be a one-of-a-kind.
All right, on to our third tool, the queue. Honestly, the best way to get this is to just picture a line at a movie theater. The first person who gets in line is the first person who gets to buy a ticket. It's really that simple.
So what a queue really does is hold a bunch of items before you do something with them. And its most important feature is that it works in a FIFO manner. That stands for first in, first out. You add new things to the back of the line and you process things from the front. What goes in first must come out first.
For this tool, a really common and efficient choice is the ArrayDQ. It's a fantastic way to build these first-come, first-served structures, which are critical for things like managing a series of jobs that need to get done in a specific order.
Now for our last major tool. This one is a little bit different from the others, but oh man, is it powerful. Let's talk about the map. I like to call it the ultimate organizer.
Okay, so a map isn't technically a collection in the strictest sense, because it doesn't just hold single items. Instead, it holds pairs of things, a unique key, and a value that goes with it. The absolute perfect analogy is a dictionary. You look up a unique word, that's the key, to find its definition, that's the value. The go-to models here are HashMap and Linked HashMap. They let you build these amazing key-value structures that make it incredibly fast to find any value as long as you know its unique key. It's like being able to look up any word in the dictionary instantly. Okay, now for a quick but super important pro tip. By default, none of these tools we've talked about are synchronized. Now, in simple terms, that just means they aren't thread safe. Imagine two people trying to write on the exact same to-do list at the exact same time. You'd get a mess, right? They'd be writing over each other. It's the same idea here. So if you have multiple parts of your program trying to change a collection at once, you've got to be careful. Just something to keep in the back of your mind as you build bigger projects. So, with all these tools, the big question is, when do you use which one? Well, think of this as your quick cheat sheet. If you need to keep things in a specific order and duplicates are okay, you grab a list. If you need to guarantee that every single item is unique, that's a job for a set. If you need to process things in the order they arrived, you need a queue. And finally, if you need to store things with a unique identifier to look them up later, you want a map.
So there you have it, a quick tour of the essential tools in your Java programming toolbox. They're all there, ready and waiting for you to build something awesome.
Now that you've seen what they can do, the only real question left is, which one are you going to pick up and use in your next project?